You also write about, and this is unpleasant stuff to get into, but you write more explicitly, I think, than most accounts of slavery have been about the sexual exploitation of women. Now, when I was a kid, and you go on a tour of an antebellum house somewhere in the Mississippi Valley, there'd usually be no reference to physical relations between the owners or white people and the slaves, but sometimes the tour guide would cast off some playful reference to the part of the plantation where sometimes the young men of the plantation or the sons of the owner, sometimes they would end up down in the quarters, and that's how a light-skinned baby would come to pass. And there was something kind of humorous about it, and it was this modest little thing that had to do with when young men got too drunk and went to excess on a Saturday night. You quote someone, the rape of a particular black woman after she's been purchased, as is the common practice. You say slavery's frontier was a white man's sexual playground.
Yeah, those are strong statements, but I also think that they're true. I was certainly surprised when I started to discover in the papers of Rice Ballard, who starts off as one of the country's great slave traders and eventually becomes one of the country's great plantation owners by the 1850s. The operations he owns are producing 10,000 bales of cotton a year. I was surprised to discover the great degree of frankness with which he and his business partners wrote about enslaved women, and particularly the light-skinned ones who were sold as a kind of symbol of sexual prowess, if you will, marketed as such in certain ways. I was surprised by the degree of frankness to which they talked about all of that and talked about their own escapades and assaults, sexual assaults on women, and just the way in which they accepted this as part of the attraction, the frills of the trade, the ways in which commodities, who were human beings, were marketed as sexual commodities. And this was certainly one of the most depressing parts of the research, as you can imagine.